Awesome.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Marketing Matters. I'm Sarah Touchstone with Landmark Title, and I am brought to you this week on Marketing Matters, courtesy of Landmark Title. This is our weekly webinar that we do every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We bring you the best marketing strategists in the business, everybody from our business development managers to our industry partners to our top producing agents, which I am joined with today. I'm joined with Charles Barrett of Team Minik. He is out of the West USA Goodyear office. And now Charles, we've had on before, and his content was so amazing, we had to have him back. If you do not follow Charles on social media, I highly recommend that you do. I've been following Charles for years because I was with West USA before Landmark, and Charles does everything that we tell you on here to do. He's out there living and breathing this marketing strategies. So Charles, I'm going to hand it off to you. And what are we covering today?
Awesome. I appreciate that amazing intro. Today what we're going to really be going over is in this crazy market with our buyers and sellers, we're going to focus on buyers and how to maximize your time with them, and also how to get paid from your buyers. That's really what we're going to go over today. With shrinking commissions and things like that, it's very important that we're maximizing our business opportunities, and that's what this is about.
Awesome. And I think you have the ability to share your screen now.
Awesome. So before I share my screen, I do want to show you guys this because I didn't put this in the screen. It's probably backwards and everything. But I saw this from Oren Claft, one of the pretty much the person I study when it comes to like presenting and stuff like that. But I'll just talk to you right now. But he had this thing of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, and then he had Amazon, he had Tesla, and this ties into our presentation today because this really is the meat of what we're talking about. He asked the question of who do you trust more, and I'll do this with you, Sarah, if you're okay with this. Who do you, well, not who do you trust more, what do you trust more? What business do you trust more? Do you trust Amazon more, or do you trust Tesla more?
I'm going to have to say I'm more of an Amazon gal.
Okay, that's fair. Now, do you trust Jeff Bezos more, or do you trust Elon Musk more?
I'm going to have to still go with Jeff Bezos.
Okay, so awesome. So that is actually very rare. We didn't rehearse this, obviously, but the numbers show Charles. That the numbers show more people actually trust Elon Musk. And I use that to illustrate a point that just because you trust the person more than a business doesn't mean you don't trust the business. And what that boils down to is a lot of clients or salespeople were agents and clients, or not clients, but agents, we're told that we have to build rapport and do all this stuff. Nothing builds rapport more than knowing your numbers, knowing your stuff, knowing your market. And that's where, outside of this example, most people trust Elon Musk more than Jeff Bezos. So what happens is they trust Amazon to get the job done. So you can trust someone to get something done, even if you don't like them or you don't necessarily agree with their personality type, but you can still say, you know what, that person's still going to get the job done. So I say that story to kind of illustrate a point of this does not work unless you know your stuff, unless you put in the time to know master your craft. So I'm going to share my screen now. I'll give you the whole desktop. Just pulling people. Let's do presentation. So what this boils down to, guys, when I go and I talk to my clients, we almost always have a buyer presentation. Before it was for first-time home buyers, how to buy your first home like a boss, or it's how to, if I just scroll up like this, if they've already bought a home, same presentation, right? Because the process is the same. But when we're doing this, we're going in to see who's going to, we want to prep them for this market that we're in, because what's going to happen, there's going to be buyer fatigue. They're going to get discouraged before you are, because you know what to expect. But every time they make an offer, they're on pins and needles, right? So before we get into the meat and potatoes of this process, I need to let them know that we're going on this journey together, because we want to make sure as a business owner, we're maximizing our time. And there's a lot of buyers who may not actually be emotionally ready for what's to come. But in the meantime, you've went and you showed 15 properties. You've actually wrote so many offers. You put your neck out in the line, and then they change their mind at the last minute. And all these things are happening, right? So we charge a retainer fee for our clients, for our buyers, to make sure that they're serious. And we charge a retainer fee for our clients that we give it back to them. We're not trying to really capitalize and make money off of retainer fees. We want to into every detail of this presentation, but we start out with an intro, letting them know who we are. And I think am I still connected with sound here?
You are. It went out for a second and it's a little bit lower now.
Okay, hang on really quick. Let me go back. Okay, we have some Bluetooth connection issues. You can just put me.
It's always the best when it happens right when you're in the middle of teaching on a webinar, right?
Gotta love technology. This is live, folks. This is what we're doing here. So
it sounds good.
Back soon, but we do an intro to our clients. We let them know who we are. My partner, my assistant here, she's usually with me as well, because we're showing property, and I tell my clients I'm not going to be the reason you don't get a house. So this is just an intro about who we are. We meet a lot of people online, or people are referrals, things like that coming into the business. So we just do a quick intro. We don't like to give them too much information, because we don't want to bore them with who we are. I go into who I am, my family, things like that. Then I want to find out what type of house are they looking for, even if we've already talked about it over the phone, because again, typically my people are coming in from referrals through social media. Hey, this person gave me your number. I'm looking to move here from California. Or it's going to be, we do still get the online leads also as well. So then I want to find out what they're looking for, because I need to make this real for them, and also find out, is it realistic? You want a four bedroom single story with a pool, and you want a 3-car garage on a corner lot. There's 2 of them available. They're 700,000, or they're 500,000. But how realistic is your budget with that? So that gets us to the next place because I need to find out what they're looking for in the back end. I'm going through ARMless, right? I'm doing a map search. How far west would you go? Would you go to Buckeye? Would you go to Peoria? Are you trying to be in Anthem, New River? How far down is Levine out of the question? So when I'm doing my map, trying to find, these people, and I'm thinking price ranges, I go into their resources. I bring this up to everyone, and I tell them, this is not between me and you. This is just for you, or you and your husband, or you and your wife. This is for you and your family. Time, support, budget, and psychology. How fast or slow do you need to move? Support is not just if somebody's helping you financially, or if you're helping someone else, but it's for each other. Maybe we'll use cliches. Maybe the guy wants the 3-car garage and the wife wants the upgraded kitchen. To find that house with both of them, you can do it, but it's that much more, right? Then budget is budget. Psychology is just how okay you are mentally with all this stuff lining up. So this is what I go over with my clients, because I need to make sure that what they're looking for, their expectations of the house, matches the financial, the timing of it, the area, all those things, right? So this is me. That's us doing our job, knowing our stuff in the back end. So search, this is where I bring up the website, and I like to do what I like to call reverse CMA. I'll pull up what they're looking for. I'll do a regular search like any agent does, but then I'll do the same. I'll literally keep all the parameters, and I'll just do closed. This is what closed. And then I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you what it is. So when I do close, I'm going to say this house was listed for 500. They got 550. This house was listed for 525. They got 575. And we can see these numbers. So we're creating real expectations, and it's data and information. And it's not me just saying, you're going to have to pay over for your house. Like, no, like, look, this is what someone else has paid for. And this is how it works. So if all that stuff lines up, we'll go through all this stuff. I'm telling them that my job is to be an advisor, to give you information. I go over what agency is. I go over the 10 steps of buying a house, is getting all of your information, making all of your, getting your information, but then making your decision and all that stuff. I go into this process and then I ask them, hey, do you have any questions about this? Because just that is a lot to take in, right? So when we do that, we kind of find out this is where the rubber meets the road. They'll either disqualify themselves or they're ready for the fight that we're going to go into for finding the properties, things like that. After this point, I tell them we got 3 more slides and you're free to go, because this typically takes like 45 minutes to go through all this stuff, 30 minutes if we're lucky. And then we go into client jobs. I tell them I don't just work with everybody. I don't care who referred you. It's a joke, but it's telling them to take their time, because these are all the things I expect from them, and setting those expectations up. With this one, the third one, give your agent time to schedule showings. I tell them we're going to throw that one out the window for now, simply because if you're not there before the house goes up, you're not getting it. And we let them know that. And then staying in constant communication is, if we send you a document to sign, say you get off work at 5 o'clock, we see the house at 6, you want to write an offer by 7 o'clock, 7:30, we're writing that offer for you. We're forsaking our friends and our family until you sign this paperwork so we can get that out to the listing agent, because that's how this market is right now. Please sign it if you want us to. These are live documents. So it's setting that expectation up, and it's making these promises also on our side of what we're going to do for them. And I tell them I keep this in here too. Still, this is my original buyer presentation. There's been some edits, but it's not to charge you for the home buying process. So, and when I bring this up to them, I let them know that we're not necessarily charging you, but we do charge a retainer fee. You get that back when we close. We have variations of this. You can do a non-refundable if you wanted to. I don't think I'll have any problems with doing that. I just feel that my business should be in closings. So I tell them that it's refundable retainer fee when they close, they get that back. I do it for a year personally, because I feel like, I don't know, it's hard for me to just take their money. But you can do it for 6 months. You can do it for 3 months if they don't buy with you, however aggressive you want to be. I think of a long game personally, to maximize. So now that we're married for a year, right? So that's what I do for mine. I don't parrot all this stuff to them. These are basic things you think everybody would do, but I let them know that I'll be here throughout the whole process for your real estate needs. And then just what to expect. It's just a fast market. You'll be signing a lot of paperwork. There's going to be privacy, and that's about it. So this is, and after this, we go into the what do you call it? The ER agreement, all that jazz. They'll bring a cashier's check to us, made out to our broker, West USA Realty, and all that jazz. So those are the logistics of it. But in essence, this is how you're able to have your buyers pay you for your time and your services, because running out at a moment's notice, and again, forsaking your family to go show property, it's, people can understand that. And all the real buyers, I have not had a problem with any real buyer doing this. So
nice.
that's all I got.
Awesome. Awesome. I liked how you had the Godfather in there. That wasn't under the make me an offer I can't refuse, right?
Exactly. I don't even say it, people instantly know. Like,
I know you went by it so
shot.
quickly, and I was like, I know what that slide is.
So,
does anybody have any questions for Charles? I mean, dealing with buyers, it's a tough market right now to deal with buyers, and nobody's wanted to really take on buyers. However, people are still wanting to buy homes. So having a good, solid presentation for them is still crucial. Charles, we do have a question. How much is your typical retainer? Because that's a pretty unique one. I don't know a lot of agents that do that when working with buyers.
Yeah, so for me, it's $500. It's not going to break the bank, but it's real enough that it still hurts a little bit to give it up. I think that's the perfect number for me in my business. If you're in a different market, different price range, you want to charge more, it's like you can consider it as an earnest deposit and do 1%, but I just do $500.
Nice, nice. And Charles, right now, how much of your business, like percentage wise, is buyers?
Right now,
Right now.
it's probably, it's been a big listing blitz in the last 2 months. I would say probably 40% at this point, but just a couple months ago, it was probably about the beginning of this year, maybe 60%.
Nice,
Right
nice.
now,
So
it's about
you've
40.
so you've been a big buyer's agent.
Yes. So and it was honestly in the beginning of this year, I was dying. It was killing me. It was I would tell them up front, but without paying for some reason, I had the buyer that was qualified for 125, 150 and trying to make it work. Couldn't do it because it was every condo we saw wouldn't go FHA. And my heart goes out to them. I'm trying my best. And, you get three, four, five of them and then they get discouraged. They just sign the lease again, or, they just can't move forward and you're trying your best. I just had to go this way for my own sanity,
Yeah.
let alone just the business and the time. You saw the picture, I have two little kids, like they need me.
Well, yeah, and I mean, let's face it, in this type of market, when people are wanting you to list their homes, yes, please, because you know that it's gonna be, it's gonna be a good sell for you. How do you, when you're dealing with buyers in this market, how do you kind of, when the going gets tough, how do you instill in them that the tough gets going?
And it's through that conversation. It's literally through that buyer presentation. You can kind of find out where somebody's at mentally, what to expect, what they were thinking. Because of the media, it's actually been very good now because people know it's a crazy market and they're going to have to pay over. Versus me telling them like, "Hey, I know you just thought it was a down payment, but there's these things called closing costs, and then on top of that, you have to pay like another 10 grand just to be considered, right?" So right now, what I've been doing to help them along is really driving in those resources. How bad do you want it? That resource slide. How much time do you have? How much cash do you have? Because when we pull up that reverse CMA, we can see typically they're offering about 20,000 over for what you want, or maybe they're offering dead on. Maybe you're looking at something that's perfect, and you can get away with maybe 5-10 grand. We're at the beginning of the market changing. I can feel it. I don't know what's going to change too, but something's happening right now. So that's good, helpful. But it's just a matter of how bad do you want to be a homeowner? What's your time frame? And then I really believe that retainer fee makes it real for people because you're just less likely to. It's like earnest money. Like you're less likely to just abandon it or not work as hard without it.
Yeah, that makes very much sense. All right, I'm trying to pull up my chat window. There we go. Another question. Retainer refundable or applied to the commission due? How do you usually do it?
Those a lot more logistics, however you want to do it. I've done both. I probably shouldn't say that. So you check with your broker is the answer to that question. But ultimately what you want to do is made out to your broker, and then it's typically released directly to you. So you get paid right away. And what we would do is once we closed on the property, you can do it through your title company, Landmark, and they can just credit it back to the buyer that way. Or you could pay it out separately as a check, however you guys want to do it.
Perfect. I love that little extra piece of advice right there, Charles. Money does need to go through your broker. That was
Yes.
a good yes.
Yes.
Yes. When Charles says he's charging the retainer fee, what he really means is West USA.
Yes. All cashier's checks are made out to West USA Realty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Always keep the proper chain of money handling in your real estate business. Last question from me, Charles, is how when you're making offers right now, because we know it's competitive, What are some of your tactics that you're using that you're seeing really good results for with getting your offer accepted? Because we know sometimes it's not highest and best. Sometimes there's particular things that sellers are looking for, and you as an experienced real estate agent, you know how to read situations well. What are you seeing out there that works?
Yeah. So I treat the listing agent like a client when we first start talking. So uh, I don't necessarily sell the money as much. Hey, we got the highest price. We'll do it because everybody has an escalation clause, and there's cash, and usually I have a loan that we're doing and things like that. So what I do is I sell the ease of close. I let them know, look, this is a lender that we've worked with for a while. If it is, if not, hey, this is the conversation I had with this guy. This is what we do, what they're going to do. I have the lender call just like everybody else. But I sell the ease of the close. I over communicate. I send them a message because it drops on Friday, right? I call them before all the time. I call them during, even if they don't pick up, I'll send them a video message. Hey, I just sent you an offer. Just wanted to put a face with the name. I know you got a ton of them. Is there, the whole classic, is there anything else that they're not getting? That I've still asked it, but there's usually not anything they're not getting at this point. So it's just standing out. How do you stand out? Well, the lender called. This dude sounds like he's on top of it. He sent an email, and it sounds bad, but even if you don't get that deal, they're going to remember you. They're going to call you first when it falls through, because I don't know what the stat is. I sometimes pull it from my sellers when I'm doing listings, saying, look, in your city, 50% of the homes are coming back on the market for some reason. Either the buyer didn't close, or they canceled, or the cash deal, they put in multiple offers and they went with the one that they really wanted and canceled on yours. So you have a big chance of these people coming back to you, and you can almost get as many deals that way as just writing the offer in the first place. So you just really want to just stand out.
Yeah, and instill confidence. That's why in our industry, who you work with matters. Having a confident real estate agent, having one that understands the communication aspect of it, it's worth its weight in gold. It's not just about writing the offer and writing the contracts. It really does come down to, in so many ways, just like you said, Charles, communication.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, thank you, Charles. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if nobody else has any other questions for Charles, we're going to wrap it up today with some of the goodies that we have coming up this next month. Can you guys believe we're already getting ready for August? It's next week. Yes, I know, Charles, you still got little kids, but my kids all go back to school on Monday. Yeah, Monday. I'm still wrapping my head around that. But with them going back to school means that a lot of us can get back to life as sort of normal. I know last week my kids were across the table from me while I was doing my webinar, and somebody hopped on and was like, hey, can you mute people? I'm like, it's my kids. Like, shh. So next week we have, we've got Fred Delgado with the Delgado Real Estate Group. He's also with Keller Williams. He runs a huge team. I guess we're doing a lot of stuff with teams because you guys are where it's at. You've got the systems. You've got, the tried and true test of time. So we've got a lot of team leaders coming on in August. So Fred's going to be talking to us about running a successful team. Then we've got Chris Wesson from Benchmark Mortgage coming on the 11th to talk about VA loan myths. Charles, I don't know if you work with a lot of VA loans, but I hear complaints all the time about them. So we're going to dispel some of those myths. And then on August 18th, we've got Patricia Kane coming on to talk to us about Canva for real estate. Canva's a great free online marketing tool. I know a lot of agents who use it. I know a lot of agents that want to up their game with it. So Patricia, she's a powerhouse, and she's with Ascent Realty. She's also a team leader, and she uses a lot of Canva for her team. So you won't want to miss that one either. And then at the end of the month, there's somebody Charles might just recognize. Michelle Minik with Team Minik. She is one of the team leaders that gets the opportunity to work with Charles. And she's going to be talking about making money with investment properties. This is a big thing. You guys have a pretty good property management division. So you work with a lot of investors.
Yeah, they're actually on the other side of that wall. You definitely,
I know.
I've seen it in action on the other side of it, guys.
Right?
You want to definitely see that one.
It's going to be a good one. So August is going to be an amazing, amazing month. But wait, there's more. Oh, not this one, this one. We've got a FERPTA class coming up on August 17th. This one's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be at 1 p.m. So if you would like to attend FERPTA, please reach out to either myself or Beth. We'd love to get you registered for that. This is going to be, like I said, this is a great class. We're getting back to it. And guess what? An in-person CE class. Yes, we are getting back to in-person classes. This one is the Solar CE with Tara. I'm sure a lot of you out there have taken Tara's Solar CE class because it is the bomb. She is very good. I've hosted this class before, and I've had people that have attended, not even for the credit, just for the knowledge. Tara is also a great resource if you've got a house that you're dealing with and it's got a solar lease, or you have any questions about solar. I've heard amazing things about Tara just helping other people out, answering questions. She really is the expert. So whether you need CE credits or you just want to learn a little bit more about what you need to know with solar, Tara is great. This one's going to be in person at OnQ Financial on August 19th at 9 a.m. We are also going to bring Tara back later in the fall for an online CE class. So whether you want to go in person, I know it's a lot of people like in person, some people like the Zoom. We've got options for you at Landmark Title. So if you'd like to register for this, please reach out to me or Patty and we'll get you in there. And then there's another CE class that's in person coming up in August. This is going to be a social media CE class. So this is unique because a lot of times CE classes are, they're basic information, they're very real estate, education oriented. This one I'm super excited about because it focuses on social media and being compliant. So this is a really unique take on your CE credits. So take advantage of this. This is going to be a really fun class. Hopefully we'll be able to get Jeff to come do some more of these if you cannot make it on Wednesday, August 25th at 9 a.m. But if you can, this one's going to be over in Peoria. So once again, reach out to Patty and Michael or even Tiana at Nova Home Loans. They'd love to get you registered for this. This one's, I think, going to be a lot of fun. I may even try to sneak into this one if they have room because obviously I'm a social media gal. I could use a little bit more information as we all could when it comes to our social media platforms. And that's it for us today, guys. Thank you once again to Charles. It's always a pleasure having you on. Looking forward to having some of your other team come on and join us next month. And thank you to our business development management team. Thank you to Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Eric out of our Las Vegas office, Zach, who's out in our Goodyear office. He worked with Charles. Patty, Michael, and Jessica, you all are amazing. Thank you for everything that you do. If you guys need an awesome marketing partner, I cannot stress to you enough how incredible each and every one of these business development managers are at Landmark Title. They are full of resources and ideas for your business. And then as always, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you Marketing Matters every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We are almost at a year, which is incredible. Love the consistency. And even after a year's time, we have not even come close to running out of marketing information for y'all. So if you have any ideas, if you'd like to be a guest on Marketing Matters, or if there's some type of marketing that we haven't covered and you'd like covered, please reach out to us. Reach out to your business development managers. We're here to get information and classes and marketing scheduled for you. That's what we're here for. We are also here for all of your escrow and title needs. We have 6 offices across the valley to service you. So wherever you're doing a deal in Phoenix or in Las Vegas, Landmark Title has an office to help serve you. We'd love to be on your next contract or working with your next buyer or seller. So please, we look forward to it. And once again, thank you, Charles. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.